Good evening and welcome back to Let's Play Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic. When we left off last time, we'd killed the Krayt Dragon. Now we're ready to delve into its cave and find the star map. So let's get to that. Check out this rubble on the way. Let's also get everybody's health taken care of. We're not looking great here. Maybe one more. There we go. Nothing here. Did I get the... Oh, Twi'lek corpse, nice and chewed. Alright. Star map.
Anyone else get the feeling that finding this star map in the back of this Krayt Dragon's cave is more than just a coincidence?
How?
There is tremendous power emanating from the star map. I wonder if the Krayt Dragon was drawn to this cave because...
Well, that makes sense. Possibly it's... See, I'm still not convinced that it's dark side. We don't really have anything... Yeah, Revan and Malak are looking for it in their dark side, but that doesn't mean that the artifact is. It could be a neutral artifact. It could even be a light side artifact that they're trying to pervert or just to keep away from the light side. Why are we assuming it's dark side? I don't think it's just a coincidence, but I'd rather say that than to agree that it's a dark side artifact. So it's probably just coincidence.
Yes, Master. I am certain you are correct. Now that we have what we came for, I do hope we will be leaving this world soon. I am growing so sick of sand in my circuits.
Oh, it looks like you should be able to go up here like it goes further in, but there's not a way. Alright. Well, continuing on. We took out the dragon, so we should be able to get the Sand People's history now. Oop, what do I got here? Ah, this gentleman. What do you want, Calo Nord?
I have to give you credit. You've led me on quite a chase. But nobody gets away from Calo Nord in the end. You got lucky on Terrace. The Sith attack saved you from a quick and gruesome death.
No way, we
But I
would have beat
promise
you.
The Sith won't be getting in my way this time.
Actually, maybe not. That battle was not going too well. Maybe we can work out a deal here.
Sorry, I'm not in this for the credits. You're the only ones who've ever gotten away from me. I've got a rep to protect. Let's go, boys. Showtime.
Alright, so we're gonna have to fight him. Okay, let's get a shield on. And maybe start to run up here. Lob some plasma grenades at him. Yeah, come on. Plasma grenade, sonic grenade. Get this out of here. Poison, that could be pretty good. Sonic. We'll leave it at that. 3 grenades is pretty good. Alright, see what you can accomplish. Throw the grenades. Really? Okay. Fine. Concussion. Plasma. Maybe a sonic. And poison. Oops. He's throwing grenades too. Time to move, guys. Alright, let's try and pick off his cronies first. Oh, use a med pack. Don't die, please. Yeah, use another med pack. Oh boy. Oop. Oh, this guy's not looking great either. Okay, that's a little better.
Ready?
You be using your power blast. Who are you targeting? No, get this guy. You have much better chances of actually killing the Rodian Thug than you do Calo Nord. Alright. Med pack yourself. Hit it again. Oh, quit targeting! Get this thing! Oh boy. Don't die, Karth. You proved yourself against the Mandalorians. You can do it again. Maybe we should use his shield too. That'll probably help. Oh, and some stims. Do I have any stims? Yeah, use a battle stimulant. That's gotta do something useful. I don't think we need strength or stamina. Alacrity? Let's try it. Don't die, don't die, don't die. Oh, this jerk's over here healing himself. Oh my gosh. Oh, don't use an antidote kit. That wasn't what I meant to do. You have to use the life support pack. It wasn't even that great. Alternate between some blasts and some crappy med packs. Maybe another of those. Oh, he's so close to dead. Come on, Karth. Oh. Alright, that was a bit of a rough battle. Get those remains. And because we are able to get remains, I think... Ooh, and his armor. We're probably pretty safe assuming that he is dead for real this time. I hope. That's it? No more remains? Alright, whatever. That'll do. Okay, first thing I think we really need to do, team, is... Really? I can't go back and heal myself? Well, I guess we gotta wait for Force to regenerate. Well, we'll start trekking through. We can head towards the, sand people. Force will regenerate right as we go, and we can throw out some cures here and there. Well, at any rate, that battle seems to have ended the, fast... Let's call it by the proper thing. Burst of speed that was hanging on forever. Alright, get over here, Karth. Is that thing coming? No. It looked like it was walking after us, kind of, but no. Where was the entrance from here? Over there? I think. Yeah, it looks like a path. Alright. Health is looking better. I think next time we have enough force, we'll burst to speed again. There we are. Let's go. To the sand people. Alright, sand people. I killed a dragon. Get ready to tell me your secrets. And then hopefully I get some kind of bonus reward for doing that. I hope they aren't mad that I sacrificed all those bantha. Comrade Fortuna said that that was a different Sand People tribe than the ones that had been heckling Zerka, so maybe these ones won't know about it. Well, that was wonderful. Way to put all kinds of mines out here, Sand People. Oy. Alright, in we go. Now then, where was your leader at? I don't think he was in here. You're just... No, those are Sand People females. Leave them alone. Scoot, Karth. Alright, what's behind this door? Oh, I missed this. They're not gonna get mad if I touch a refuse pile, right? Ooh. Broken droid. They can't get upset about that, right? Don't be hostile, guys. This is just your garbage. Plus, none of you can see it anyhow. Alright, I think we're good. Oh, is this where the leader was? Or is this just the... No, this is just where prisoners were. Sand people. Where is... This is the guy, isn't it? Yeah, chieftain. I need to talk to you. The Sand People chieftain seems grateful to you, or at least less inclined to smash your head open like a pocky grub seed. Oh, that's good.
What do you wish to ask of him, Master?
I want information on Sand People culture.
Protocol. This will be a very sensitive
I know.
topic.
Tell me the history of your clan.
Translation. Translation. You have been told that to be considered worthy of hearing the history...
Yes, I have the pearl.
Translation. He says the discussion is closed until you fulfill this condition. He thinks you are just making fun of his traditions.
Here is a dragon pearl.
Translation. Translation. He is stupefied, Master. He never thought you could return with such an item. Such a thing has not been done in many years.
Well, I did it.
Translation. He will allow you to meet the storyteller, but also gives a warning. If you dare to repeat the histories incorrectly, you will be killed.
All right.
Translation. The storyteller will be summoned to one of the rooms here in the enclave. He seems to think this is a great honor for you, Master.
All right, then. Tell him farewell for now.
Translation. We are free to leave.
Now, where's this storyteller? Does it say anywhere on the map? Oh yeah, he's like right here. That's easy. Hello there, sir. Tell me your stories. Compared to the warriors that you have encountered, the Sand People's storyteller is relatively calm in his movements and speech, but he still regards you coldly.
Translation. He identifies himself as the storyteller, Master. He has been told of your warrior skills and will speak the history to you.
What good will these histories be to me? Why go to all the effort to be able to hear them if you're not interested, if you're feeling that way? No. We will be polite. I am honored. Ask him what he records.
Translation. Translation. There is only one accepted history, passed orally to each successive generation. Translation. A book or datapad can be taken away, cheapening the value of what it contains. To commit it to paper or storage is to remove it from the people.
Yeah, oral histories are often inaccurate, but what topics can I choose from?
Translation. Translation. You may choose to hear the history, or you may choose not to. Their history is a single entity that cannot be partitioned. Translation. The only exception is in continuing the tales once they have begun. If you leave, when you return, he will continue from where he left off.
All right. Even though oral histories are often inaccurate, they're still valuable insights into a culture. So, let's begin the history.
Translation. Translation. It begins with the ancient times. They were not sand people, for there was no sand. The land was green with life, and they walked without wrappings. Translation. Though the land was beautiful, they lived apart from the land. They built their walls high and saw beyond the horizon. They dared to reach the stars. Translation. There are no words for how long ago this was. It was before the outsiders, before the abduction.
The abduction?
Before the cities fell, before the builders.
Can I ask questions about what I've heard?
Cautionary. I should warn you, Master, that any questioning of their interpretation may be seen as trying to change the meaning of what was said. Clarification. They may consider this to be speaking the words in error, a blasphemy they would attempt to kill you for.
Okay, let's try to ask something about the ancient times.
Clarification. It would appear that they once had a thriving technologically advanced society, but were wiped out by a much more sophisticated alien species.
Okay. We will ask him if the builders resemble any modern species. If we ask about galactic record that would verify this... Well, is that a question that we're asking to HK, or is that something he's going to translate to them and they're going to get upset? We'll see if the builders resemble any modern species.
Translation. Translation. He only understands the builders as an iconic force meant to test the resolve of his people. He is not making sense, Master. Clarification. They claim their stories are repeated unchanged, but they have demonized these builders. In their minds, they wreaked such havoc they could not possibly be flesh and blood.
All right. Ask if they have an image. No, they don't record things. Let's see. I guess, can you clarify how long ago Tatooine was green with life?
Doubting. I don't believe he can, Master. Even if their stories are exact and unchanged, it is likely they were first told thousands of years after these events occurred. This has become very much like a creation myth for his people. There is no date. It simply was.
Alright, fair enough. Alright, I want to ask something about a different part of the history.
Cautionary. Remember my warning, Master. They may consider certain questions to be speaking the words in error.
Yes, and they'll attempt to kill me. Let's return to my other questions.
Obedient. I will ask whatever you wish, Master.
Let's continue the history from where we left off.
Translation. Translation. His arrogant people touched the stars, and this sin drew the attention of the builders. The builders did not touch the stars, they lashed them to millstones. Translation. Great demons of metal stripped the world of its riches until all that was left was the green of the ground. The great cities were lifted away. Translation. Those that had used the wealth were taken along with it. Transgressors abducted to serve past the sky, seeding the stars with penitent, adaptable slaves.
Huh. Alright, we'll attempt to ask some questions
Cautionary.
about the time of enslavement.
Clarification. I believe they were occupied by this technologically superior species for a substantial period. Stripping an entire planet of usable resources would have taken generations.
Okay, why would the invaders have done this?
Obvious. The same reason Zerka Corporation is attempting it now. Expanding empires need tremendous amounts of resources.
Alright. How many people were taken off world? Does that really matter? We'll ask it.
Translation. Translation. He has no number. He claims that those that were taken were examples of the worst of his kind, arrogant and uncaring of the land. Doubtful. Master, this is just another distortion due to their demonization of the builders. It's like claiming an aspect of his people were taken, not actual individuals. Clearly, history has colored his view. Of course, only the inferior meatbags were taken. The remaining were his ancestors, after all. It must have been special.
Oh, HK, you're the best. We're not going to suggest that he rethink it. Alright, let's return to other questions and continue the history.
Translation. Translation. There came a time when the builders were also judged for their crimes. After generations, a plague weakened them, and the time of the Great War began. Translation. The builders faltered, and his people realized why they had been punished, so that they understood the crime, and would now strike down the greater offender. Translation. They worked chaos in the machines, so they destroyed themselves. The builders fought back, laying waste to the green that had been misused with fire from above. Translation: soil became glass, grinding to sand, but the fight was long planned, and his people were safe. Deep in cave homes carved from valley wall, they were free.
Alright, I guess we'll see what questions we've got.
Cautionary.
About the Great War.
Clarification. The occupying force suffered some sort of species-wide plague that lowered their numbers over time. His people used this extended weakness to sabotage their larger ships.
Yeah, I got that.
The response of the builders appears to have been to lay waste to the entire surface of Tatooine.
Yep. I guess what kind of weapon could do so much damage?
Clarification. I may not have properly conveyed how long they fought with the builders. Given time, any number of armaments could destroy a world. Hypothesis. Perhaps this is another distortion. Their climate may have begun to fail due to their unrestrained development even before the builders arrived. Looking back thousands of years later, such a shift could easily be attributed to the much-hated conquerors.
Alright. We're not going to suggest this possibility to him. That's a surefire way to blow up this whole discussion. How could they repel such a powerful species?
Doubting. They didn't, Master. They struck a blow. But the storyteller only believes they won because the builders were gone when they emerged from their caves. That does not mean they defeated anyone. It seems clear that the builders simply sterilized their problem and left. The enemy judged them not worthy to fight.
And I guess how could they survive such an attack?
Hypothesis. If his people were moving away from technology for a long time under the builders, they may have had extensive cave systems that could grant shelter. I would also suggest that, given the evidence of the massive shift in the nature of their society, most of them did not survive.
Alright,
Obedient.
let's get back to the history.
Translation. Editing, if I may, Master. This section of his tale details several millennia of the Long Walk, their nomadic wanderings as they accept their identity in a desert world. Rather than strain my circuits on his dialect, might we just assume there was much fighting over who has the biggest bantha and move on to more recent things?
That would be kind of nice, but let's hear it all.
Resignation. Very well, Master.
Several hours later.
Translation. The tribes spread far, distant from each other, but all as sand people and all cherished the land that remained. The sand would not be misused. Translation. Then machines fell from the stars again, outsiders like you that brazenly walked apart from the land. And greater still was the insult to come. Translation. These outsiders reminded them of their past transgression, of the time when they too walked apart from land. The outsiders, your kind, looked like their ancient abducted.
Oh.
Translation. So it is to the current sons that the Sand People hate all outsiders and give them no footing. You come again, time after time, adaptable slaves to the machine.
Okay, let's ask some questions.
Cautionary. Remember?
So are they saying that this is the origin world of humanity? We will ask about the Long Walk.
Impatience. Master, I refuse to inconvenience you with this. He spouted names of petty tribal fights in deserts so distant they might as well be across the galaxy. Really, Master, I'm sure it's important to him, but it has nothing of value that you could ever put to use.
Alright, let's return to my other questions. Continue from where we left off. Oh, I hope they don't just tell that same part over again, because we asked about the last segment.
Translation. The tribes
Yep, this is the same.
far
Sand would not be misused. Machines. We look like the abducted. They hate us. Is there anything further?
Editing. The last 1,000 years are full of conflicts with different groups of attempted planetary settlers, all of whom are poorly described, long dead, and likely untraceable. I believe I have truncated it down to the usable bits in what was already said. I hope it is enough, Master.
Alright, any more questions?
Cautionary.
Yeah, let's ask something about the outsiders.
Clarification. They appear to hate humanity with a passion, only rivaled by their hatred of the Builders. For some reason, you resemble what they once were. Perhaps there is a lingering fear that you are their tainted selves returning from exile among the stars.
This is important. Is it a physical or societal similarity?
Cautionary. Master, if you mean to suggest that humanity is ancestrally linked to ancient Tatooine, you will strain his belief system to its pitiful meatbag maximum.
I gotta do it. Pose the question.
Translation.
He might attack us for this.
Cautionary.
Uh-oh.
As expected, he is claiming you have committed blasphemy. Warming blasters, combat is inevitable.
Oh, and we just made enemies of the Sand People. Well, they were done with their stories. We're going to go ahead and end the episode here. As always, like and subscribe if you enjoyed this. Come back next time. I think I'll take care of the, I guess, wiping out the Sand People off screen. And I'll meet you back in Anchorhead. We'll finish up any outstanding quests there, do some swoop racing, that kind of thing.